All right, welcome back to the Addicted Motors podcast. My name is Troy, and we're back with Mike with Sports Car Workshop. If you're watching this on YouTube, also feel free to check it out on Spotify. We're doing both formats, and this is episode 4 of the podcast. So on this one, we'll kind of dive right into it. In the last few episodes, we've kind of got into who we are, what we're doing, and things are kind of going on in our area. If you are local or if you're outside of the Virginia sphere of car things, we've got some other kind of interesting topics to talk about. I think our main topic today will be cars that we want but can't own. That one cuts a little bit deep, and that's not because you can't afford them. Just you don't want to be seen in it, and it's a guilty pleasure car. I think that's a better way to do it. We're also going to review some interesting stuff we saved at auction. Going to give auction updates and kind of go through what we think is worth buying. So that's all coming up here in a second. But before that, let's get into a little bit of the general updates. Events this weekend. We're doing Cars and Croissants at Can. If you're in Richmond, feel free to come out 7 a.m. Follow and check that out on the Instagram. For shop updates, I'll let Mike. Andy's here too. Why don't you? You've got beer, so you come.
Yeah, you're allowed. You brought Morelos.
Any shop updates? Anything new or interesting that's rolled through? I see there's a few things probably leaving. I know the Ferrari's leaving, the 355. That's kind of been here for a little while.
348.
348?
348. Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing. I mean, poor man's 355. Yeah, Ferrari should be leaving. Just got a 66 Corvette in. That's pretty sick. White with red interior. Oh, thank you.
Been sitting for a while, but needs a little bit of love and attention.
A little love and attention.
Been passed around probably a few different shots. You never want to be the what do you say? The fifth asshole on the asshole tree.
I'm the last guy in the human centipede here.
Yeah. When you deal with people and their car stories and cars have been passed around and stuff that hasn't run in years, I think that's a huge issue that a lot of shops deal with is other people's projects. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But when there's emotional attachments to it or lack of progress from other places, you're always inheriting other people's problems, and you got to do that for a living.
The owner's already kind of upset to start because it's been terrible for so long, and I inherit the temperament a little bit, but we strive to turn that around.
Yeah, so nothing crazy there. Okay, from a sales aspect, this was a pretty good week. We did sell the 308, so we had an 85. Rosso Corso red, Rosso Corso red,
Rosso Corso.
10 interior, gated manual,
Mustache special,
85 QV GTS, the car, right, for that kind of mid-80s Ferrari era. It's a pretty nice car, 37,000 miles. Time belt's been done the last 2 or 3 years. I was going to put it on Bring a Trailer, but due to the lack of enthusiast interest in the Lotus prior to that, we kind of held off. Just took basic pictures of it locally, and I put it on Facebook Marketplace. So shout out to the power of guys scrolling on Facebook Marketplace at 2 a.m. A gentleman saw it and messaged me, seemed interested, came to check it out. He's from Canada, is here, I don't know, a couple days or a week.
A month, yeah.
Drove it, bought it. So the 308.
Did you even drive it, or did you just
drive it? So
okay.
It's weird when you take cars like that on a test drive, right? Is it the most valuable car in the world? No, it's not. A Bugatti or anything like that. It's priced at $85,000. The Lotus was probably 10.
It's like a Bugatti, but it's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing.
A little more aesthetically
pleasing.
It's a little
cooler than a Bugatti, but
it's like, what do you do with cars like that? Most people aren't too familiar with driving older cars. So you kind of have to feel out the person.
You just give me flashbacks to that Lotus test drive.
Oh, that's what it's coming down to. Like an older Ferrari, the gearbox needs to warm up. You can't just slam it in second. You have to kind of do the 1, 3, 4, 5 and let it warm up, and then you can drive it normally. But there's little quirks that you can kind of drive around before things are ready to go. But luckily, this guy showed up and he did it right. He also told me what other cars that he had, and obviously we're kind of on the same level of understanding of what it takes to drive and maintain an old car. But then he requested that I go out and drive it with him. And then once he felt comfortable driving it, I was like, hey, you seem like you know what you're doing. Feel free to take it for a spin. And he got in and took it for a rip. And he wasn't, he took it for a rip. And that's when I kind of knew that I think he was interested in it and something he always wanted. So he ended up picking it up. So I think happy ending there.
Don't forget that old cars can rip, though.
Oh yeah,
I mean it's not
even if they're slower, they feel faster.
Yeah.
It's hard to get in trouble with a 308. Like it's not fast, but you could miss a shift.
It's fast enough.
You're aware of your mortality, though.
Oh,
you're aware of your mortality. Wow.
You got like 8 inches of crumple zone before your feet are in the wall.
There's always the risk that you slam it in reverse. We're going to that 1-2 shift. If you're not used to the dog leg, there's something to it. And we sold a auction 09 L322 supercharged. Someone reached out on Instagram that saw me post about it. It was in New Jersey. It landed yesterday, 110,000 miles, 3 owners, pretty car. We got it for fairly cheap, all in under $5,000. So for all you guys who always reach out to me about your 08 to 09 L322 supercharged, they still exist out there. He's going to ship it back to Pittsburgh and do some work to it. Obviously, it's going to need work. It's from New Jersey. There's a little bit of rust. Probably needs control arms. AC is not cold. The brake's a little bit soft, but that's kind of the price you have to pay to get into the spec that you want, seeing how there's just less and less of these.
Guarantee if you buy a $12,000 one, it also needs control arms.
Right, and that's where, it's you kind of just have to bite the bullet and choose the devil you own. You got the right spec. It had a good interior. The cosmetics on that car is pretty decent, so mechanical stuff,
will always exist.
It will always exist, yeah. All right.
Keeps me busy.
YouTube update. I released the video on that one last week. The Porsche video and the super high mileage Porsche 997, the 08, did fairly well. You guys gave a lot of positive feedback about that car. The owner got it detailed. It looks great. He's been driving around. No complaints so far.
Looks hot.
Yeah, the car checked out mechanically. You guys, I ended up being some tie rods and
I think it was like an
steering
air tie
rack,
rod,
bushings or something. Yeah.
Oh, strut
tower bushings,
strut tops.
Yeah, well, we didn't have to pull the IMS out or anything. It's at that mileage, the car was still pretty good. Auction updates. Market is still pretty soft. We're seeing a lot more enthusiast-ish cars coming in, mostly on Carvana. Straight trade-ins, low mileage, decent stuff. They're not selling for super cheap, but we're finding them. There's just more interesting stuff on there than there was before. There's more Rovers than there were before. I watched a rust-free 04 white D2 with mod sell for $1,700. Even if it needed a little bit of engine work, there was check engine light on, but it was rust-free. It was in clean condition. $1,700 is pretty cheap. That's below market price.
I mean, you buy the frame on a D2.
Yeah, I mean, I screwed up. Yeah. I should have bought that. So we'll get into the auction stuff in a little bit. This week in cars. Well, this has been an interesting week for me in cars. What happened? I replaced all the suspension on my D2. The truck always rode very firm. But I was just getting too much secondary movement over bumps, so I replaced with standard height shocks and a 1-inch spacer, which I installed incorrectly. I put the 1-inch spring spacer under the shock, so I kind of raised the compression of the shock up instead of the whole spring. I don't know if that was right or wrong. It's probably wrong, but the front sits level now, so I'll deal with that some other time. I picked up my Mercedes, the C126 from the wheel shop. Got the wheels refinished. They look pretty good. I'm not a cosmetics guy, but those were things were shot and need to be done. So they're unbent. So that's been the success story. The failures, still waiting for parts and bits for the X5.
Hang on. C126, is the vibration there?
Yes. The vibration's there. I knew that wasn't going to fix it, but at least we've eliminated one. Yeah, I've got a center support bearing that probably needs to be replaced. So that's old car stuff. And the other fun one was today. So my F250, sent it off to get the transmission rebuilt. I got a please call me text today from the guy that's rebuilding it, who I don't know his name or location or anything about him. And he's transmission's in and it shifts great, except for shifting in overdrive, and it doesn't want to go in overdrive unless you let off the gas. So there could be a few things there. It could also be my tune. So he didn't know what the tune settings were. So maybe the corrupt files and some of the old Hydro Tune that's associated with it, or they might have had it on the wrong setting. But that seems a little bit odd. It seems like it's a valve body issue, or the fact that the beefier valve bodies that were installed might be reading the pressures maybe different than what the stock stuff was. So who knows? I mean, it's still with him. He'll make it right, but I didn't really love that news today. So that's...
Is he gonna fix it?
Yeah, I mean, he's the transmission builder. He just wanted to let me know he's going to have to keep it for a little longer, so I said, cool.
He just has to move his house.
Yeah, well, his house is right next to the shop. It's a long... Once it's back, I'll try to get more details and share it for the larger world, because apparently he does very good work, and I kind of trust him, even though I don't know what his name is.
Call him Steve. Steve the transmission man.
Man, he thinks my name's Walter, so...
I mean, that's fair.
It is fair. It's very fair, but I'm just
at least
winging
that's
it.
in your name.
I'm winging it for the most part with that one. All right. Any other updates? What about your weekend personal cars? What's going on with your M3?
The race car M3 or the M3 out there?
Obviously the race car M3. That's the only one I care about right now.
The green one's sentimental value is dead.
It's still there.
So Mike bought what is it? What year is it? 96?
I think so, yeah.
96 Estrel Blue E36 M3 race car, or caged track car.
It's a weird build.
For $3,000.
It's an odd build. It's fully
for $3,000.
I mean, I haven't really bought it for anything. I'm kind of just bartering work so far. Yeah, so it's a weird build. It's fully caged. I mean, it was.
But when we say
wrecked.
like,
No,
it's like
I know that car needed work.
It's like NASCAR cage. Like the car doesn't have windows because they can't roll down because the guy overbuilt the cage.
It's got the side impact.
Car is a strong word for this vehicle.
No, he drove it.
I mean, you should drive it, but I just don't want people out there getting the idea like this is potentially could be a dailyable car.
It's got 70,000 miles.
Yeah, well, it's shockingly low mileage.
S52 with
it's S52, OBD2.
You can't put windows.
It's for $3,000.
It's weird though.
Yeah, I know.
It's got a radio, it's got AC, but it's got a full cage.
AC?
Yeah, it's got AC,
Ooh.
but it's got a full cage.
It's
a weird.
You should get one of those things that attaches to the vent, and you can stick it up your race.
The ball chiller.
Cool your ball.
Can you get plexiglass windows for it or something so it doesn't get? I mean, I know you have it inside, but for eventual storage purposes.
For eventual storage plans, I've got a plan. It involves a building that I can't afford.
Yeah.
You can afford, pal.
More than yeah. That's a whole nother podcast of the fact that we have an LOI out on a building that we're
way over it.
We're the front.
My brother might be in.
According to the realtor, we are steering the ship on the negotiations.
We're in the driver's seat.
We're in the driver's seat. We have the top offer for a $5 million building that we don't have any money for. So we'll see how long this plays out. Anyway, moving on.
Like fraud.
Anyways, it's got a coolant leak.
It's not fraud.
A coolant leak is the...
It's not fraud if you don't have any money, yeah. I've got a checking and a savings, and right now both are empty.
I'm a little cash poor.
Yeah. Have to move some things around. I got to get this Red Rover started. We'll be good to go. Yeah. All right, let's get into our first topic.
It's like the fifth topic.
Wait a second. I had an oil change done.
All right, let's hear about Ferrari.
We get to talk about what's wrong with my BMW.
Oh, what's wrong with your BMW?
What's wrong with your BMW?
He's moving topics too quick.
Go ahead. What's wrong with your BMW?
He's got a list.
Besides that, you haven't paid for it.
I don't know.
Stolen goods.
Problem is, it's not on VIR
so tell us
yet.
about your stolen BMW.
Lightly acquired.
That's going to be the title. Mike stole an M3 race car. It doesn't even have a title, so you can't steal.
I know it does.
Oh.
I've got the title.
Okay, all right. So you stole
theft complete.
Yeah, stole fair and square.
Yeah, no, he's a super nice guy. He's by here all the time. I've got his old 442 coming in soon.
Well, there was a catch because the car was hit or it spun into a tire barrier.
Well, yeah, the reason I didn't pay for it for so long was because we were waiting to see how bad the frame repair was going to be, and then it was at the frame shop for like 3 months, and I just got it back, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Right, and you did the right thing to do is start driving
around.
I
immediately just didn't check anything and just started driving it around. I came up to the shop late at night with the intent of going through the car. I was like, well, let me just drive it, see if I can free these brakes up a little bit. And instead of doing that, I just drove it home and then drove it to Can the next morning.
The brakes free up?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I know.
you got it done.
I was working on it. Yeah, but then as soon as I parked it, I got the low coolant warning popped up. So I filled it with a water bottle. Drove it back to my house. Low coolant warning pops up, so I filled it with a water bottle.
That's like
Drove it here.
That's the one thing with all the old BMWs I've owned. They've had issues, but there was never cooling system leaks or issues.
Gotta love the plastic BMW cooling system. But
Yeah.
at least they fixed that, and
They were ahead of their times.
It's no longer a problem on any BMWs ever. So that's great.
Yeah.
No, it's still a problem. It's like fucking 30 years of this shit.
So that's one car. Oh, that's probably all he did. Should we talk about your?
Not enough for you?
Should we talk about your Aston Martin? Should we talk about your L322?
We haven't gotten to the cars I shouldn't be allowed to own category yet.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Your 405 was driven somewhere for dinner, and somebody took a picture of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
My wife does drive her car.
Indeed, my wife also drives her car.
I don't want to hear about your wife's car. All right, Andy.
Oh, wait, let's talk about wife's cars.
Yeah, my wife has an L322.
Nice try.
With a straight pipe.
Nice
Sorry,
try,
my wife drives a cool car, Andy.
Whoa, okay. Trail Sport is a wonderful vehicle. Your wife drives
so
a BMW
that's
X5 that doesn't work.
That closes out the end of this podcast.
Yeah.
Trail Sports are cool.
She does not drive an X5. That X5 does not drive.
The only car we can recommend is Honda Trail Sport, Honda Pilot Trail Sport in bright blue. I had an oil change in the Ferrari. Mike in the shop kindly checked it over. Came back clean bill of health.
Yeah, it was the Blackstone was too excited about it. I feel like he was trying to get to know you on a personal level. I don't know.
It's true. But he killed all of my Blackstone history.
It was like, what? This isn't a baseline. Why are you telling me about the baseline?
Yeah, we have a baseline because I've done like 6 of these.
You did a Blackstone?
What? We do
I
every
do a
time.
Blackstone every
Why?
time.
Besides the fact that like Ferrari's chat tells you should do that. If you see something, what are you gonna do? Add a different metal, change an oil weight, stop driving
If
it?
it was a stock car, I wouldn't be doing it. But when you have
So let's say all of a sudden your iron or your copper levels are up and your cylinder walls are disintegrating. So then what? What are you gonna do? Pull the engine?
I think we punch it out. We go bigger.
that's probably what we do.
That's
I'm always looking for an excuse. You know what we probably do?
Andy
Well,
needs more
look for an
horsepower.
excuse to
We
sell
probably
it.
Pinto swap it.
I'm here for it. I just want to make people mad.
Oh.
Yeah. No, but oil came back clean. Probably one of my lowest bills on that car ever. So
Noted. I will do better next time.
Yeah, we'll try to pump those numbers up.
Pump those numbers up, baby. Yeah.
Rookie numbers.
It does need a oil pressure sender, which I was like, damn, we just did that. And then I looked and we did that 5 years ago. So
Dude, it gets me all the time. We were talking to somebody else about doing a timing belt. Like, it's just like 2 years ago. I looked it up. It was like a couple months shy of 5 years. I'm like, oh, shit.
We're on the wrong side of 25, unfortunately.
Good hint. Don't own cars for a long period of time. Keep flipping that shit. Defer the maintenance for the next guy.
Man, once you own a car long enough to like do the same job like 2 or 3 times as like a wear item, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's another full topic. Imagine like doing your timing chains and guide, like not even for like a Rover, but I think the best like BMWs, like an M5062 or something. Like if you own that for long enough, you're gonna do that twice potentially.
Oh yeah, I mean. Mine's usually more mundane than that. Like I had to do wheel bearings for like a second time on my truck. This is bullshit. I just did these, and like, yeah, it'd been like 8 years.
Yeah, batteries. I mean,
actually wearing out tires, not big coating them out.
Oh yeah, same deal on my truck. I mean, I was like, man, I just did these. I'm like thinking about like, oh wait, I had an intern that worked for me in like 2018. Put my wheels back on my truck. I'm like, I can't be mad about needing tires.
All right, we better let Troy keep to his list, or he's gonna get antsy.
This can't be conversational.
No, it's supposed to be conversational. But Andy's talking about things he'll never do, like put mud trains on his D1. So
I thought you were gonna say Ferrari.
Hang on.
Yeah, that was your next topic.
It's mud terrains on the D1 or those gold 3-piece wheels.
Oh no, mud trains.
I'm only team 3-piece wheels if you're putting knobbies on the 348 wheels.
Let's see.
Listen, Mars on
When
his.
I get my second Ferrari, then I'll turn this into a.
I was at Pearl's Pond last Sunday, and it was wet and rainy, and the boys were sliding around. I was sliding around. I'm like, this is going to be a good time.
You would have slid around more on all terrains. Tell you what.
Yeah, well.
Tell you what, Andy, you did promise me we were building your D1. You don't want to be
We're building
you don't want to be a liar.
I just need a
Mars going to be here quick.
You need the mud tires. You need one of those, just a little Detroit in the back, a little licky lock, little click, little clicky clack. That's it, and you'll be good to go. You'll be in and out under $2,500, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, no, that's not unreasonable.
Because while you're doing shit, I'm gonna end up spending like.
Just
I don't know.
take the rear end out. You put the rear back in.
Don't you own a Ferrari?
Yeah,
It's an old one.
it's been a while
cheap.
since it's broke, so
Okay.
you're
I thought
good.
you were a Ferrari guy.
I can't afford your three.
More than you can afford, pal.
It is more than I can afford.
All right,
Alright.
topic number one. Let's do something as
We're on topic like
as
8 at
planned.
this point.
No, real topic. I had an advertisement at the beginning of this. There's going to be a couple topics.
Troy knows what the people want. Troy, give
I
us
can't.
something.
I'm
All
really
right,
excited to hear
Andy,
this topic.
cars you want but can't own for aesthetic purposes, for geopolitical reasons, for whatever.
Oh.
Your wife doesn't want you to own it. Give me 3 cars that you would love to have, but you just can't do it.
3? I gotta think of 3 of these.
3's a lot. Actually, I've got
322. I love an L322.
No, you
You
had an
already
L3.
own
You
an
had an
L322.
I already
L3.
had it.
No, that doesn't count. Absolutely.
He's looking for cars you're embarrassed to be seen in. This
But I'm
is
not embarrassed. I have
No,
a
no,
Troy.
no.
Troy's looking for
You,
your guilty.
you and your neighborhood, you're like, oh, I can't park that in my house. When you had the beat up Camry, and like, there's stuff that you would
any
own.
shitty car less than $1,000 I want.
That okay? Well, then give me.
It's an $800 Camry. I would probably.
No,
still own
that's
that.
not a car. That's a class of cars. We're not talking about class. A car you always wanted, but you can't have.
Fuck. New Beetle TDI. TDI New Beetle.
I like that.
I'm with you, Andy. That's I'm judging you. That's pretty gay.
And convertible.
I'm back in.
Yeah.
I'm back in.
Back in.
I don't know because you could get the new Beetle, the Turbo S. You get the Turbo S manual.
From what
new
I'm told,
Beetle.
it's basically a 997.
Basically a 997.
It is.
Okay, I'll give you that for one. A manual new Beetle.
Manual New Beetle. What
I'm gonna slide in with a
Well,
Hellcat.
I have my pickup truck, but I'm not allowed.
That's
to
a
park
good
it
one.
now.
A Hellcat.
You can't pick a Hellcat.
I think.
Oh, you can't do a Hellcat.
No, but
Yeah, but
it'd be a lot of fun though.
Yeah,
it'd be a lot of fun.
It would be a lot of fun.
Hellcat. That's a good one.
Shoot.
You only got one. Keep going.
3's a lot.
No, Andy.
I know for anybody.
I'm trying here.
We have no shame.
I only.
H2? Probably
Okay,
can't
yeah,
have H2.
that's a good
Wife
one,
won't let me
yeah.
have H2. It's too big, bad on gas.
Who cares? It's not bad on gas. All of our cars get like the same gas
Well,
mileage as a 6.
my fleet average is 14 miles per
That's
hour,
what I mean.
So it fits right in.
My
wife would not let me have that car. It won't fit in the driveway.
yes,
It would have to be on the street.
I
The
agree.
neighbors would complain.
People would hate you.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you're
you're hateable,
you got
but
the
they would hate
H2
you
guy in
more.
the neighborhood. Yeah,
Okay, so that's
I bet
two.
you take that a step deeper to the Humvee. I mean, that's even more.
No, my
ostentatious.
wife would be into that.
Oh, no, she clearly hasn't ridden in one.
So you got an H2. You got a new Beetle. That's a solid list. Give me one more.
Okay. Hellcat was good.
Hellcat was
Hellcat
good.
was
Can't
good.
take that.
I could see somebody grabbing that, so I had to get it out there.
Yeah, you got to get that out there. I mean, I could go.
Don't just say Trailhawk or something.
Yeah.
It's cheating.
Ghibli.
Oh, Ram Rebel. Ram Rebel.
Okay.
I don't think you can do that. With the sticker on the side.
Yeah,
And the whole thing.
so the
Well,
thing
shit, that gives me my second is just Raptor. I mean, yeah, I'm right there.
I
That's,
think the
I'm
not a
Raptor
Raptor. I'm
without decals, but you can't do Ram Rebel.
the Ram
Oh,
Rebel's only gimmick was the air suspension. The coils had coils sprung an air suspension.
And
I
a
think that's
sticker,
really
and a
all.
sticker. Anything
it
honestly
gave
with a
you.
graphics pack that's modern,
Yeah,
can't really do.
And what about that cool demon on the side of a Dodge Demon?
you can delete that. All right, Andy's done. Mike, you already started with one. You got Hellcat. Anyone?
Ooh,
That's pretty.
I have
that's
one
pretty
that
good.
I would add that would be good for you.
Oh,
You
well,
can
let me
pass.
hear
You
it.
can pass one over.
Yeah,
since
all
you
right,
chose
all right,
to-
let me steal.
First gen Phantom.
Yeah,
First gen
they're still 50 to 70. They're still 70 grand. So that's not. I don't know. I don't.
Ram Rebel is $70,000.
Not anymore. They came out in 14.
I'm gonna go with really any brand new Rolls. I can't afford it, but I'd be embarrassed to be seen in it.
Something that looks kind of modern but very expensive.
Yeah, it would embarrass me. I'm like,
the guy that does the hauling ass North Carolina shipping guy. I don't know if you saw his story. The purple Phantom with it was like purple outside, purple inside. The coupe, the drop head.
Talk about a car I want to drive and have fun with for a weekend, but can't own it.
It's like going on vacation in an expensive place where you're just pretending you have money. Like that's you'd just be a full.
It's too much attention for me. Like, stop looking at me. Stop looking at me.
All right, that's 2.
I want to be seen in my Fiesta.
That's 2. Do one that's like sub 10 grand.
Sub 10 grand.
Attainable here. And I've already given you your third answer. You already forgot.
Just pick a Santa Fe or something. I don't know. It's just embarrassing.
But you wouldn't want. No, you have to want it.
Oh, I have to want it. Oh, shit.
We're not talking.
I forgot. It's
something you can afford and want. But
shit. I don't really want a new Rolls then.
I know. That's what I said.
I'm walking backwards here.
Right. It has to be something.
I want a new Rolls. I'll take the Rolls. You can have my.
Don't give me your new Beetle.
I was gonna say a Corniche, but I'd probably drive one.
Yeah, Corniche is
cool. There's not much. Yeah, like if I think it's cool, I don't mind being seen in it.
No, you can't. But it's like you just don't want to. There's the Hellcats. That's a good one. So you got 2 left.
Man, I went backwards. I mean, I'll stick with a Rat. Well.
Any Boxster?
Raptor. The only problem with the Raptor is it's kind of useless for towing. So it's like you want it, but it's still be useless
for everything. Yeah. It's like wider than my truck and like can't do anything except for shit that's 1,000 miles from here.
And if you put a trailer on it, it's.
But you can't own a Raptor. Like, you can't own a Raptor on the East Coast. It makes no sense.
It'd be a lot of fun, but like
squatted truck.
I don't want one.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Yeah,
mini. How about a mini truck?
Oh, donk.
Hard body.
A donk.
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly where it is.
I love a donk, and I cannot pull a donk off.
Nope.
But I respect a good donk.
Okay,
that's true. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right, what about you, Troy?
First one on the list. Any era P71 cop car.
That's crazy that you're
Crown Vic. I want that car. It just doesn't make any. What are we gonna do? I'm not gonna daily it. I'm not just gonna go do burnouts.
No, put some cop graphics.
I want to just drive it around, smoke the tires, drive like an asshole. But
why can't you have that?
That's what you do anyways.
None of my cars can smoke the tires. Let's be honest.
Why can't two when your brakes lock up?
Yeah.
Why can't you have a Crown Vic?
Yeah, I don't get this.
Because it's trashy to own old cop cars. To actually own and park at my house.
P71.
None of you is going to park a P71.
You can get a Mercury then.
No, I don't.
Get a Marauder.
It's got a cop brake, cop motor. No, I'm not into that one either.
Cop exhaust.
We should group buy a P71.
We should buy them and smash them. That's a different scenario. I'm saying
they didn't make enough.
You have to own it for a year. I should have made those a little bit clear. You know what I mean? Like I would love to taste it, but like you have to buy
one that I did that I regretted, but I still like it and I want it back is my G35.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, you should have been so embarrassed.
That is perfect. That is terrible. I'm taking G35 because the first gen 6-speed manual G35, it's awesome. It drives.
He talked so much shit when you had yours.
Yeah, I know he did.
Yeah, I like it. I can't own it.
It was a good car, but I couldn't own it.
So honestly, it is a fuckboy car, but you owned it before takeovers were a national topic. I think
they were a minor.
What was it? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
They were a regional.
That was like 3 years ago.
3 years.
And the water was pouring in. He showed up and it stank.
Yeah,
I mean,
I left the sunroof open.
It was a little no. It was leaking. It was actually.
Well, it was leaking.
Water.
I fixed the leak, but then I left the sunroof cracked.
Sure.
Then I was just,
you did something and it got worse. All right, so I like that. So Crown Vic G35.
I want to go back to this Crown Vic thing. I think Troy is just worried that he's going to get it. You're going to find out it just does everything your C126 does, but better.
Exactly. That's the whole point of this topic is cars that you want, but you can't. You won't own them.
It's a low body Land Rover. It's a low body just go.
Body on frame.
That's what it feels like.
All right.
What's your last one? B71.
I was gonna say, yeah, I
Beetle?
didn't have a cool one. I was gonna like the TR6 or an MGB. Like,
You can have that. Why can't you have that?
you don't really want it.
It's got too much torso for that car.
Yeah,
he looks dumb.
It
Half his head's above
would
the
be cool
windshield.
for like 4 drives a year, and then it would
Here's a
just
secret.
sit. And yeah, so that's an interesting one. I think the winners for that is the G35 and the Hellcat, because I mean those cars are fun. I don't care. Actually, all of the Crown Vic, G35, Hellcat. I mean they're takeover specials, but you're not going to get into that and not have fun.
Or what's the M3 after the E90? That's a car you can't own.
F15.
Yeah, I don't know much as
No, F15's the
F22
Raptor.
yes.
BMW.
It's not an F14. Those are fucking gone.
Yeah. All right. Let's go through. Get your phone out. Let's pull up what we saved this week. Let's change the topic. Auction
I don't
cars.
think I saved anything.
I saved enough. Don't worry, everybody.
Oh.
All right,
To my Bentley sale.
Andy, you can pull up your.
It's just a bunch of BMWs.
You get no. That's why I really want
let's
to talk to
let's
you.
just see what your
Ooh,
marketplace.
Actually, this one's good. This one's good. 1997 BMW 328i wagon in blue, 13 grand.
Yeah, that's
Minty.
just probably the same one I sent to Dave a while ago.
Yeah,
All right.
probably.
But those people can know those cars. We're gonna discuss cars that are only available at dealer auctions at certain prices.
Ooh.
You said what I saved.
I know.
did save this.
I know, but all you have is BMWs this week. So.
No. 1925 Chrysler 300 Tour.
See, that's why you're fired.
What the hell?
It's 20 grand.
20 grand? That's insane.
It's got wood wheels.
Should you check your wheels for termites?
Got to.
All right, I'm going to start off. So I saved this. Oh, show the camera right there. Look at that. That is a 2009 997.2S. If you can't see, if you're listening with your ear holes, it has the most incredibly faded black paint that I've ever seen on a semi-modern Porsche. Like the roof and the hood, they're basically gray. It's rear-wheel drive, so it's not a 4S. It's just an S. It's got 100,000 miles. It's got 3 owners. It's black on black. It's manual. And it actually, usually these cars aren't sold. It's sold today. It was a Tesla trade-in, dealership network trade-in. And it sold for $37,000.
Insane.
That is
Insane.
It's cheap.
Oh, that's way too
37
much.
grand.
Find me a .2 S997 for under $50,000.
You know what? You know I'm gonna find you.
Yeah, but
you know how much Hellcat that can get you?
Get a lot of
That is
Hellcat.
10 grand in paint, and then you.
So what? It's 37. You put 10 grand of paint, and then you sell for 57.
I
That's just
don't know.
how that's why we're not good at selling cars.
Yeah.
You know who's bidding on it? CarMax. They are the second highest bidder, and then they got beat out by Unique.
CarMax?
XLR. Yeah,
'cause
CarMax
they'll
is buyers.
They'll just put it back on their auction.
Yeah, they're these guys that are CarMax
You
buyers.
would get that and put Poppy's patina all over it.
Oh, I
That's
wouldn't paint it, but if you wanted the interior and everything's in good condition. If you wanted a
I was in for
997.2, that's your
I
cheapest
was in
entry
for
point.
18, turned into a rally car.
No,
If he was going to say 20, I was going to be like,
you
"Damn,
guys
I bought
don't stare at the market enough. This one was an interesting one. 08 3 Series BMW wagon, gold, non-all-wheel drive, 1 owner, 50,000 miles, great condition. I think it was a Carvana trade-in. It started off at around $5,500. Again, 1 owner, 50,000 miles, gold, beige interior, 4.6 out of 5 score, great condition. Sold for 10 grand, which I think is that's strong for that car, because I don't know who the buyer is at like 15 once the dealer goes through it and lists it. Like, who's going, I got 15 grand, I want an interesting old BMW non-manual wagon. Like, I would have liked to pick that car up for 6 and sold it for 8 or something like that. You know,
Find me that with the stick, Troy.
they don't.
Find me
We'll
that
put
with
one in.
They don't have them. So those
10
two
grand
were
later.
good.
Easy peasy.
the-
Oh, this
dude,
one was good,
DCT,
too.
Be smacking gears. That'd be pretty sick.
03 Z06 C4.
Now that's a good save.
So this is the go-to for everyone's like, hey, I want a track car. What should you get? I'm like, well, the C4 Z06 manual, yellow.
C5.
C5, yeah.
I'm not a flashy color guy, but
that is
yellow.
that is
Yellow.
the launch,
No, that's what I'm saying. That's
launch
the
color with the off gray wheels, 28,000 miles, 6-speed manual. How many owners?
They got a whole spec
4
series.
owners, no cats, emission equipment. So this thing was a ripper.
You know it's ripping.
Green light, red tap battery, bud. No mechanical issues in it. 28,000 miles. Michelin's. It's got PS4S's on it, so
Is that still up?
it's sold today. Oh no! It's sold for $26,000.
People are asleep.
It was listed at 25. So on the way these Carvana auctions they only go up in increments of $100. So
I'd be
Dude,
a buyer at 20.
I was driving a C5
They
yesterday.
were
I'm
a
like,
buyer.
this is so much better than like every European car we work on. Like it's so
Yes.
fast.
Yeah,
It's so torquey.
You don't get
I
it.
want one with more miles though.
You don't
I just
get
take
it-
more miles, make it cheaper.
It doesn't get any cheaper. 26 grand. You pay double that for a
Yeah.
fucking
You
Honda.
can get those for 20.
You pay double that for a Honda.
Yeah, but
not
it's
not a Z06.
trail rated. It is
Yeah.
trail rated. Can't take that from Andy.
This thing's
Yeah, that's true.
this
Trail
thing.
rated.
It has
Yeah, the
orange lettering
Corvette.
on it.
The Corvette will attract more dudes, right? And that's what it's all about.
all about
The
the
last
dudes.
one on my list was a
fit all my
99 996 manual guards red on tan.
My hot take Troy loves guard red sucks.
I don't love guards red, but
I
people,
hate
if you're
guards
going to
red.
sell a Porsche, people
Yeah.
like a
Looks
guards
good
red
on
Porsche.
80s Porsches.
Yeah, I could do air cooled.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
cooled.
997
It
guy.
looks good on
Or,
a 944.
yeah, you're a 944 guy.
Yeah, all
so
like 80% of them are red.
I like the one for girls. Okay, so this car,
It's not for girls.
3 owners, green light.
For
It was
practical
listed.
jokes.
Trish's mask got the same horsepower as his.
18 grand. So I thought those were pretty good deals.
Can we
you'll-
do this to make fun of Troy's chat?
Listen, here, you own an NSX and a Fiat, so and a
Better than your
and
Beetle.
that's pretty.
and a D1 that needs an engine. All right, next topic.
Doesn't need an engine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mike's turn.
We're out of warranty. That's just
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that engine.
No, there's nothing wrong with that engine.
As soon as it builds oil pressure,
As soon as it builds oil
stays.
pressure-
yeah, yeah. Keep going, you two. Leave me out of this.
All right, you're up.
What am I up for?
What your picks are? Or you're gonna talk about my picks? You didn't pick anything.
I didn't pick anything.
You just
I mean, the
looked-
Z06 I liked.
You just looked at buildings. You didn't look at
I
cars.
did. I've been on LoopNet like crazy.
The CTSV, that's great. One owner, 04
You
CTSV.
just
No,
didn't say
why
that.
are you telling me about the CTSV? How much was
Because
that?
you're
Four-door Corvette.
You're not serious.
No, I'm serious about that.
15 grand. One owner, 60,000 miles. What else are you gonna buy for that money?
I want my budget for my next daily is
I
10
want-
grand.
I want
a broccoli-
I want a broccoli top
It's just what I got earmarked, buddy. I can't build a D1 and buy a 15. That's the D1 build and the daily.
You don't need a daily.
Sound a little cash poor over there.
I am cash poor. We're all cash poor because life is expensive.
Yeah, we'll figure out your
Should
assets.
get another job.
I should sell one of my children.
Should do Uber.
Yeah, there's nothing that I really even want to talk about on here. What happened to that 360 that you sent yesterday? That
Is
burgundy
that
one.
a Pontiac Solstice?
There's a Burgundy 360.
Fucking idiot.
It's like, sir, that's a Z4.
That was on Instagram. That was like 70.
I like that color.
Yes, that's the only reason I posted it.
That was a good color.
So I post a lot of these things I find interesting in our auction paddock chat.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes, this was a Burgundy 360 Modena. Was it an F1 gearbox? Yes,
I
but
must go. It's about to rain.
look at that. Look at that
I've
color.
already moved. Oh, can you tell them to move the blue wagon in if they haven't
Yeah.
already?
I think it's already raining.
Yeah,
I've never seen that color. That's a good color.
We've done the manual swap before. We can do it again.
31,000 miles. I think it was 80K or something like that. Which hey man, what else? You can get that, or you could buy an old 308. I mean, I feel like I'd probably rather have the Modena with a $15,000
Man, I don't know. That's a tough one for me.
manual convertible or manual swap.
I feel like I've learned about myself. I need the analog car.
Yeah, no. But I would buy this for 80 and spend 15 to swap the manual into
I
it.
think that's actually one of those jobs where you pretty much get your money back.
That's what I mean.
You can pay me to put a manual in a Ferrari, and you get it back when you sell it.
Yeah, I think that's what
That's what the guy did. I think he sold it after a year or two after we did it.
the Mercy 6-speed swaps, the Mercy Lagos, that's becoming more and more popular. It's kind of the only thing that's left on those cars that needs attention. So you're not replacing the clutch every 30 seconds.
Just makes a more enjoyable experience too. It just drives like you don't know how to drive. They haven't really figured out that F1 stuff yet.
It's true, but you've driven F1s, you can drive it and it doesn't feel silly. It shifts. It feels
a little weird around town.
Feels a little
if
rough.
you drive in anger, it feels okay.
Yeah. But like I said, you're not going to get in it and just be like, oh, this is silly. It still feels like you're driving something interesting. It feels like you're driving a Ferrari. And you're like, okay, if you got it for a decent price, you're not going to be mad about it.
It was so funny with like the little reverse.
Oh, that's just the thing. Just looks
terrible. It's like somebody made it out of plastic.
I just can't believe that's what they went for. They went from like a big old throbbing to like, let's just do it like.
What's the daintiest way I could change gears in a car? Let's just do that.
Like I don't know if marketing picks that or engineering, but it was an odd.
I think they forgot. They probably just forgot to put in a reverse switch and were like, oh shit, I don't know. Guess just do this.
All right, gentle people.
Are you leaving, or do you have something to discuss?
Well, no, I have to go.
All right,
I thought you were just early for a Thursday night.
Yeah.
No, I have to go. I have to jet, but it was great chatting with you. The wagon is safe. It is being moved inside.
Oh, thank you.
And my car didn't get rained in, so wins all around. Enjoy the beer.
Are you rushing
Thank
home
you.
so that your car doesn't get rained on?
No, I have to go to a dinner with my family.
All right, that's enough. You can leave now.
All right, fine. Bye. Enjoy the car.
Yeah.
Bye, love you. Make good
All right,
choices.
so that was
You make good choices.
that was the updates. No additional Land Rovers at auction right now. We're talking about there is a 7-owner salvage title P38 that runs tomorrow, which I'm sure people will be interested in, but I don't know what the inherent value of that is. It's probably that of a piece of paper from a resale perspective. Those P38s really only valuable if they're 1 or 2
A
owners.
non-salvage one's worth $4,000.
People are still trying to buy them, and I don't get it. I'll die on the grave of P38 should be free. So I'm not going to come around on that market just yet. Unless I have one, then it's the nicest one. And
It's all right. In 10 years, we're gonna be talking about all the cheap P38s.
They're not cheap anymore. That's the problem. So we can skip that one. The last thing I had was our Project Classic, the red Classic that we've been struggling on for the past few weeks.
Hey, leave me out of this.
Yeah, unprofessional. Well, you're not personally a rover mechanic, so this has been more of a side project, pending a few things.
You guys making out?
Yeah,
We're just making out in here. Yeah.
What's up?
We're doing.
Yeah, it's all right.
Last thing to check is compression. So we've done spark.
Oh, no,
we've
you're
got
good.
spark.
No, I'm
fuel.
here for hours.
I've checked the rollover switch. Replaced the fuel pump. Checked top dead center. Done a few other things, and we're still getting a crank no start. So I think tonight we're gonna go do a compression check. See where we're at with that, and then potentially scrap it. No, we're not going to scrap it just yet.
Compression and timing.
Compression and timing. So we'll see where we're at with those two things. Even if it was out of timing, I feel like it would at least start or fire or pop. We got it. We got
it
it.
was kind of popping.
No, we reversed the timing, and it banged when we compressed out of the exhaust valves. So
what, you spun it like 180?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah. So it's doing things. It's just not the right things. And that's it. It's raining. We got stuff to do. We'll catch you on the next episode. Thanks for watching or listening. Again, check us out on Spotify. Like, subscribe, follow on Spotify, I guess. I'm still trying to figure all that out. And if you like it, drop a comment, shoot an email, send me something on Instagram if you have topics you want us to discuss.
Buy a car from auction.
Buy a car from auction.
That's the best way you can show support. Buy an auction car.
Listen, you're going to gamble anyway.
Unless you're afraid.
And we can document the process of you finding it and realizing how big a mistake you made. So it's all part of the fun. So catch you on the next one. Thanks for listening.
Bye. Love you.